respect is depending upon yourself, frankly speaking. Yes, sir. So everything you are describing culture. you are showing 7, 14, 21, 28 like that. Same thing can be shown with multiple 7 into 1, 7, 7 into 2, 14, like that. It will be more expressive. Overall good work, except let us move to subject. Uh, you know, we are going to start working on object oriented. What? Object oriented. Easy or difficult? First of all, what is object oriented? Hmm? It's not a language, it's a concept. What is object oriented? Okay, correct. But what exactly is that? The history is like this. Uh, Dennis, uh, Dennis Ritchie has created something called C. Has something called C. C has certain concepts. What are those concepts? Variables are there, data types are there, control statements are there, loops are there, functions are there. All these concepts are there. So people started creating softwares using C. But as the time passes, people has realized that there are some issues with C. People has realized that there are some issues with C. What is that? We have to write a huge amount of code to create a small software. You have to create huge amount of code. You have to write a huge amount of code to create a small software. Why? Because it has less reusability. There are 10 times needs to be written. You have to write 10 times. That's why it leads to more code. Leads to more code. That means, to frankly speaking, this Dennicity has created C. These concepts. These concepts are called procedural oriented programming. What? Procedural oriented programming. For your better understanding, I am comparing this with the cycle. Comparing with cycle. See, first someone has created cycle. No doubt, cycle is better than walking. Yes or no? If cycle is good, then why motorcycle? Less efforts. Motorcycle has less efforts, more effective. Now I wanted to go from Hyderabad to Delhi. I can use car, but can I use bike also? People can use adventurous people are there. They wanted to travel bikes also. They purchase of Royal Enfields or like that. They will keep on travel. Luggage on the bike and travel. Delhi means around 4 5 days or maximum 1 week they will reach. Why don't they try to cycle? Not only more time, it's more difficult. If you are using bike, more fun. If you you are using cycle, more pain. Understanding? So no doubt cycle is better than walking, but cycle has certain limitations. Hardly you can go 5 kilometers or 10 kilometers, not more than. Bike 30 kilometers, 40 kilometers also you can go, and with less efforts. Cycle goes less distance, takes more efforts. Motorcycle goes more distance, takes less efforts. There are certain people who just to drink tea, they'll go to another town and drink tea and come. Yes or no? The point is, it's not like the tea is good there. They wanted to have a good ride. Yes or no? So, Dennis Ritchie has created C with the concepts like variables, data types, control statements, loops, functions like that. We call it as the procedural-oriented program. And the problem with this is you have to write a huge amount of code to create a small software. That means if you send if you send us 80,000 rupees, in US it is just $1,000. You have to send huge to get a small software. Got a point. Then people has improvised this procedural oriented program. People has improvised this procedural oriented programming by adding a few extra concepts. What? Classes, inheritance, polymorphism, encapsulation, abstraction, composition, like this. They have created few extra. They have added few extra features to this procedural oriented programming, and they are calling it as object oriented programming. This means object oriented programming. So basically, motorcycle is an improved version of cycle. Motorcycle has few extra features. See, cycle has wheels. Motorcycle, wheels. Cycle has handle. Motorcycle, handle. Cycle has stand. Motorcycle, cycle has brakes. Motorcycle, but a motorcycle is an improvised version of cycle. Motorcycle has engine. Motorcycle has engine. That is an extra feature. Motorcycle has an accelerator. Extra feature. Motorcycle has a clutch. Extra feature. So they have added few extra features to cycle, and they are calling it as motorcycle. Motorcycle is what? Taken the cycle and improvised it. Called motorcycle. What is the advantage of motorcycle? With less efforts, you can achieve more. That's the advantage of motorcycle. Imagine, you are a very good dancer. For example, your friend called you, Araya. I told to my parents that you are a very good dancer. Please give a small stage show in my, just perform in front of my friends and parents. You are happy to do that. Now his house is around 40 kilometers from your distance, from where you stay. Now you have two options. Either go to your friend's house which is 40 kilometers away, either through cycle or through motorcycle. Which one do you prefer? If you take cycle, what happens? You may reach, but you cannot dance, you sleep there. And no dance, man, I sleep. Because the same distance, it consumes more efforts. More efforts, slow. This one, less efforts, fast. That's the difference. Got your point? So, NECT has created this precision-oriented program called this precision-oriented program concept includes variables, data types, control statements, groups, functions, and all those things. Plus, few extra features. What are those few extra features? Classes, inheritance, polymorphism, encapsulation, abstraction, and composition. Because of these extra features, it is more powerful. Now, have you worked on variables, data types, control statements, loops, functions, classes? Yes, sir. Classes, inheritance, polymorphism, encapsulation, abstraction, composition. We have. Now we are going to. Once you learn these concepts, then you know both procedural-oriented programming and object-oriented. You should learn. Now, everyone says, if you wanted to become a programmer, everyone says, first learn C++. Have you heard about it? They say learn C++. Why C++? No one is working on C++. No one is very less people. 100 of you, if 100 of your friends are there, out of 100 of your friends, many people will be working on Java or .NET or database or anything like that. But how many people are working on C or C++? All very rare. C or C++ we don't use very frequently, but that helps for learning. So people say learn C and C++. Their intention is if you learn C, you will be learning procedural oriented programming. If you learn C++, that means you are learning object oriented. If you learn C and C++, that means you are saying I am good at procedural oriented programming and object oriented programming. That's what that means. Now to learn procedural oriented programming and object oriented programming, no need of learning C. Directly other languages also you can learn. Earlier, if you wanted to pay the electricity bill, you have to go to the electricity office. Now, directly phone pay or Google Pay. Exactly. Now, if you wanted to learn procedural-oriented programming or object-oriented programming, you need to learn C or C++. JavaScript also, that we are doing. JavaScript is initially supports the procedural-oriented programming initially. Later, particularly from 2015 onwards, they are supporting object-oriented. 2015 means almost 7 years. Before that also we can do it, but very tricky activities. We can do, but very tricky activities. See, in villages, if you wanted to watch movies, you have to hire a doctor or something and go to the town and watch movie and come. That was the situation earlier. Now, in the same town, same villages, movie theaters are there, and moreover, it is available in mobile. No need to go to anywhere. Earlier, if you wanted to use internet, you have to go to internet center and pay the money, wait and pay. No, it is available directly. Same way, earlier, if you wanted to learn object-oriented programming, you have to use C++. To use C++, you have to use C. Even if you wanted to learn motorcycle, everyone suggests you to learn cycling first. So, exactly the same. Even if I wanted to learn object-oriented programming, I have to learn procedural-oriented programming. We are working on procedural-oriented programming from so many days because we are working on variables, data types, control statements, views, functions from so many days. Now we are going to work on these new concepts called classes, inheritance, polymorphism, encapsulation, abstraction. If you learn these concepts, then you are good at procedural-oriented programming, object-oriented. What is the advantage? With the less efforts, we can achieve more. Understanding what I'm saying? Envision. Clear? So now we will start with classes, but not in session. In next session, I will be covering what is classes. We just try to research it. The classes, inheritance, polymorphism, encapsulation, abstraction, composition. All these are heavy terminology they have used. Heavy terminology they have used, but it's very simple concepts. Now, if you ask doctor what happened, he will tell you some very scientific word. Is this cancer, brain tumor, blood cancer? He will ask. He will say that means fever only. Fever is a simple thing, or cold is a simple thing. But so terminologies are heavy. Two doctors speak together, we go mad. They are talking, but whether it is serious or small, we don't know. Exactly. These terminologies are, makes you feel heavy, but it's very simple. Just to give you an example, in Telugu, probably the other may not know. In Telugu there is a movie called Dana Veera Sura Karna. A story about Karna. In that movie, in one situation, what actually happens? Duryodhan is walking, and he fell down into the water. Draupadi sees that, and she laughs. This poor Duryodhan hurts badly, and he start speaking some dialogues. If you see the dialogues in Telugu, it's heavy dialogues. But the point is simple. I'm hurt. That's it. She's laughing. I'm hurt. That's it. That's the point of the dialogue. If you follow the dialogue, oh my God, what is this? Even Telugu dialogues, Telugu people cannot understand. That heavy it is. The point is simple. She's laughing. He felt bad. That's it. Here also, the terminologies are heavy. Classes, inheritance, hallmark, encapsulation, abstraction, composition. These keywords are heavy, but it's very simple concepts. Actually speaking, you are already using this also, but you don't know it. Have you worked on something called components? Components are improved version of classes. Components are improved version of classes. You are already using components. That means classes. Can I say smartphones are improved version of feature phones? Exactly. You are using smartphones, not feature phones. But that is improved version of feature phones. Now, this generation kids probably they don't know that phone means buttons will be there. But earlier phone means small display, more buttons. Now big display. Understand? You just go through about these concepts. You are able to understand that's good. If you don't understand also, don't worry, I'll be covering it. But again, you need practice. If you are good at object-oriented programming, that means you are a good programmer. If you are bad at object-oriented programming, that means you are a bad programmer. As simple as you must be very, very strong in this. But even though you don't know it, you are already working on it. You know its behavior also. You have already worked on classes. You have already worked on composition. In a way, you have worked on abstraction also, encapsulation also. I'll be covering in detail step by step. Understanding? It's like earlier internet. Internet transmission happens through a copper wire. If I am not wrong, copper wire or steel wire. Copper wire. Now fiber. Which is the improved version? Fiber is the improved version. Exactly. So procedural-oriented programming is like copper wire, slow internet connection. This is like fiber wire, speed internet connection. C is like a feature phone. This is like smartphone. See, procedural programming is like cycling. This is like what to say, improvisation. Understanding what I am saying? So, the procedural programming is like normal steering. Object oriented programming is like power steering. You remember when if you have been to Tirumala or Tirupati or any Ghat roads long back, the RTC driver used to rotate like this so many times. If we keep on rotating left and keep on rotating right, it's very difficult job actually. Timing is very important. But now with the power steering, one single hand, it will just turn like this. Understand? Earlier steering was big and he has to rotate so many times. Now steering is small, just in one phone, driving like single. Frankly speaking, with two fingers also I can handle it. Yes. Improvised motion. Earlier gear means you just do this, very big. You see, RTC bus, it's a very big thing actually. You take full left, then right, then back like that. You have now very small stick like joystick. Improvised. Here also programming is also improvised. Earlier, you may not know, but earlier people used to watch Doordarshan only, no other options. Now private channels. Now things has changed much more. Smart TVs. There are so many people who are not watching TVs nowadays. Why? Smartphones are there. Now, if four people are in the family, they'll be sitting in the hall. TV will be playing, but four people are using four. Like earlier, if there is a repair for TV, maximum one day repair should be done, otherwise people go mad. Now, after 1 month also, it's okay. Let us try to buy a new one when Amazon or Flipkart sale comes. Repair days are also gone. Understanding what I'm saying? So, C actually procedure-oriented programming, C++ object-oriented programming, right? There are certain concepts. First, the procedural-oriented concept has been introduced. Then they have added few extra features to it, called classes inheritance, polymorphism, encapsulation, abstraction, composition. These are called object-oriented programming concepts. With less efforts, you can achieve more. Procedural-oriented programming is like a carrot halwa. You put more carrot, very little halwa. Object-oriented programming, cotton candy. In the exhibition, if you go, little amount of cotton they'll put it, that sugar they'll put it, very big. That's the difference. Understand? We'll be working on that in detail in our next session. Before I proceed, you just go through about it. But even though you don't know it, you are already working on it. It is very easy to understand also because you are using components. Components are a notion of classes. Okay. Again, I am telling you, make sure you complete all your pending tasks. The purpose I am saying to complete your pending tasks is you can get learning of that topic, which will be helpful for interview clearance. Okay. I am not creating any practical task. I am creating one. I am creating a theory task, no practical task for this.